Hi readers, today we're in session 5 for reading and we're talking about the power of annotating. And I'm going to show you this with this book today, Westlandia, that's written by Paul Fleischman. And so this book, I'm not going to read the whole book, but I'm going to get you started on how you annotate using sticky notes. I also have an annotation video if you're annotating an article text. So let's talk about that. We know it's very powerful to annotate and mark the text as we're reading. And we know that our goal today is that we're making predictions of what we think will happen next in the story. So we're going to model that with Westlandia. Okay? So it says, "Of course he's miserable," moaned Wesley's mother. "He sticks out like a nose," snapped his father. Listening through the heating vent, Wesley knew they were right. He was an outcast from the civilization around him. He alone in his town disliked pizza and soda, alarming his mother and the school nurse. He found professional football stupid. He'd refused to shave half his head, which was the hairstyle worn by all the other boys, despite his father's bribe of $5. So right now I'm thinking and making a prediction just with my sticky note in the book. I'm catching on those words the author is using: outcast, different, and stands out. And so this really lets me know if even his own parents are saying that, that Wesley is maybe an odd character and he's definitely different than the kids around him in his town. So I made a prediction that I thought that he was going to continue to stay a different child throughout the story, meaning that he stands out amongst everyone else. Let's keep reading. Passing his neighborhood's two styles of housing, garage on the left and garage on the right, Wesley alone dreamed of more exciting forms of shelter. He had no friends, but plenty of tormentors. Fleeing them was the only sport he was good at. So here, I'm actually reading a picture book. So if you're in a graphic novel, then you're going to have some pictures that you can look at as well. And I'm noticing that the other kids look very similar to each other, but very different from Wesley. So my prediction of Wesley kind of staying an outcast so far is true. And they're tormenting him. The author's using that word this. So I'm feeling that Wesley lives a very lonely life, no friends, but he looks inventive. As you can see in this part, it's like people are throwing things at him, but he's like blocking them off with this board. So he seems like he's a creative and inventive kid. So I'm wondering if he might come up with a creative way to make friends. Each afternoon, his mother asked him what he learned in school that day. That seeds are carried great distances by the wind, he answered on Wednesday. That each civilization has its staple food crop, he answered on Thursday. That school's over and I should find a good summer project, he answered on Friday. As always, his father mumbled, "I'm sure you'll use that knowledge often." Suddenly, Wesley's thoughts shot sparks. His eyes blazed. His father was right. He could actually use what he'd learned that week for a summer project that would top all others. He could grow his own staple food crop and found his own civilization. So again, I'm making a sticky note where I'm writing that he has a creative idea, and I'm predicting that he's gonna build friends. He wants to make his own civilization. So maybe he'll create his own culture and create like his own friends, maybe make-believe friends. So I'm gonna stop there. As you're reading today, new information is in your story, then you stop and write your sticky notes. And you can put them right here in your story for now. And then you can take them out later when you're done with the book and put them in your notebook. But writing sticky notes where you have that idea, where that idea is sparked, is a great way to make predictions in your story. And then you can go back and see as the story finishes if your predictions were right. So readers, annotate today using your sticky notes and your story. If you're using a digital story, you can use digital sticky notes and notes that way. Or as you're reading, you can write your notes in your journal and mark down what page you found that sparked your idea that went with your notes. Okay? So annotate with your sticky notes today as you're reading and marking up the text with your sticky notes. and make predictions throughout your story. Good luck, readers.